Planet of the Apes.
Still haven't seen the last movie, but I heard it did pretty good. So,
yes. You a fan of the Apes franchise? Didn't we do a good old days on Planet of the Apes?
Yes, we did.
Yes, we talked about the cartoon series. Remember that?
We did, and you got that for me for Christmas or my birthday. I forget.
They did a cartoon version with astronauts landing on Earth, and it's the future, right? And it's the apes taking over. It was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon, right?
Yeah.
A new report.
And I was going to say that this new batch of Apes films is kind of rebooted, kind of I don't know. They've gone back and done prequels, but those prequels have kind of rewritten a little bit of the history, but not in a bad way. They've done a pretty good job. And what they're doing is they seem to be leading up to the original story. And so a lot of fans think they're gonna go there. And this could be really, really good. Or it could be really bad. But I'm gonna lean on the side of really good because they've done pretty well so far.
A new report on Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes box office performance is reassuring news amidst the previously uncertain future of the Planet of the Apes franchise set many generations after Caesar's death. In the Planet of the Apes timeline, Kingdom introduced an all-new set of characters. Although the film dealt with the legacy of Caesar, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes took place in a very different world from what we had followed in the previous three films. Kingdom was expected to be the rise of a new trilogy, but sequels are yet to be confirmed. Disney took an interesting approach with Planet of the Apes following the 20th Century acquisition, opting for a movie set in the same continuity as the previous three entries rather than a reboot or remake of the 1968 classic. Kingdom teased that a new confrontation between humans and apes could start at any moment now that May had completed her mission. I assume that's a character from the new movie. The film received solid reviews and set up an exciting future for the franchise, whose sequels appear to be inevitable following the THR's recent report on the King of the Planet of the Apes box office. King of the Planet of the Apes made nearly $400 million at the box office on a $160 million budget, based on a more traditional 2.5 times rule that is often used to estimate how much a movie needs to make to turn a profit. King of the Planet of the Apes box office was apparently just enough for it to break even in theaters. This is without considering other financial aspects such as home release sales. Still, given that Kingdom continued a franchise decline trend that started with War, grossing less than Dawn, Disney could have gotten cold feet about the franchise. The modern Planet of the Apes franchise has grossed over $1.6 billion at the worldwide box office from 2011's Rise of the Planet of the Apes to 2024's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Ever since Disney bought 20th Century Fox, the studio has revived quite a few major IPs under the 20th Century banner. This includes Predator, which returned with a well-received film released straight to Hulu in 2022, Prey. Disney has also brought back Alien with a theatrical release, 2024's Alien Romulus, whereas Prey and Romulus were very much standalone films with some connections to their respective franchises. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes felt like a direct continuation of the previous three films, albeit with a significant time jump in new characters. Per the Hollywood Reporter, Disney treated Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes somewhat of a test for the franchise, whose previous film, War for the Planet of the Apes, had come out 2 years before the 20th Century Fox acquisition. It was unclear what Disney plans for the Fox franchises were, but the announcements that the next Planet of the Apes movies film wasn't going to be a reboot, but rather a sequel to the Andy Serkis-led trilogy was met with excitement. The THR estimates that Kingdom's performance was good enough for Disney to move forward with the trilogy. Disney likely was or is still striking deals with creatives and the talent, which would explain why an announcement hasn't happened, given that Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes was reportedly labeled as a test to see where the franchise could continue. The studio may not have wanted to get a sequel going too far in advance. With the theatrical run finished and home release numbers in, Disney now has a clearer picture of how Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes did, both critically and financially. Hopefully a sequel announcement won't take too long. Regardless of the financial aspect, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes ending, setting up a new trilogy that will hopefully move forward at Disney. Not only did Kingdom succeed at acknowledging the legacy of the previous three films, but it also moved the story forward. While Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes timeline is still relatively far away from that of the original Planet of the Apes, this new trilogy can take the saga in a very different direction for the relatively grounded Caesar trilogy. What do you think?
I mean, again, I did preface this saying I hadn't seen the last one, so I can't
I
give
have access to it. I should just sit down and watch it, but it's time.
I am pretty sure I'm going to be buying it, whether I'm going to like it or not, because you know how I am. I'm a completist, and I need it in my Planet of the Apes collection. But if I do like it, then yeah, I'll probably be that much more stoked for a coming trilogy. And right now, I don't have any reason to be terribly reticent. They've been doing pretty good so far.
Everything is either Disney or Paramount. I miss the good old days of Ryan Pictures, TriStar Pictures, and such.
I know. Yeah, that's been the biggest problem, is these bigger companies buying up the smaller ones, and that has not been good for anyone. We do really need more the shareholders really need to start caring about this stuff and looking a little bit beyond, my immediate profit, and start looking more at long-term profit. And I do think that the SEC really needs to start saying, this is getting a little antitrusty, They should have done that with Disney when they wanted to buy 20th Century Fox. But what are we going to do now?
Welcome, Darth Plato. I'm here to start the show again. It's not happening. I've had a week. Okay, I'm just going to put it to you that way. Take your stinky paws off me, you damn dirty apes. Apes still a great scene, which was done really stupidly, I think, in the remake by Burton, where he says, "You damn dirty human," which just
yes.
Stupid.
They also turned Charlton Heston into an anti-gun guy, which, that was not smart either.
No, I didn't in that movie.
Yeah, because he was the ape that said guns are evil, and this is how
Of course they did
evil,
that. Yes, of course they did that. I think that I don't know. I tend to like Mark Wahlberg movies, but that was a bad one. That was just not good. And I might have forgiven it, but that ending. Yeah, Estelle Warren says, "Here, stay behind and rule the humans with me." It's like, no, got to get back to Earth. You're going to leave Estelle Warren and you're going to go back to Earth. Why?
Yeah.
For starters, any family you had are long dead because it was a time jump. So, you know, what are you heading back to at this point? And then
right. And well,
ending.
see, and this is where we're going to start getting into, they're going to have to decide how time travel works in this incarnation of Planet of the Apes, because one could argue that the way they've redone this modern narrative, there is no backwards time travel. It's only forward time travel, which is absolutely possible in modern physics as we understand it.
They set something up in the first of the reboot series where there was a mission to Mars that got lost in space. So I'm assuming that would be where Taylor was, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And a lot of the fans are like all in on this, all ready for this. It makes perfect sense.
That was very smart. They did that. They did set up in the first movie about how that might come into play later on.
What could be interesting is if they get to the point where they're getting ready to tell that story.
Yeah.
They basically remake the original Planet of the Apes, but they literally tell it from the point of view of the apes.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Because we've been following the apes all this time now, right?
Yeah. Let's see. James Franco only did slightly better than Wahlberg in the Apes movies. I kind of like the Apes reboots. Maybe some people didn't. I mean, I love the originals. Don't get me wrong, but at least I felt like the Apes reboots weren't trying to copy exactly the originals. They were trying to they were kind of doing their own thing. I don't know. Time travel is nonsense. Well, the problem with time travel now is that it's overused.
Yeah, it's overused, and it's used very badly. There is a skill to it, right? Look, it's like any other form of art, right? You can make beautiful artwork, but then there's people out there just slapping crap on a canvas and pretending like their crap doesn't stink. That doesn't make it good,
Okay. I haven't seen this one yet. I know Wolf 10, I think, liked it. He mentioned it was good, I think, in one stream. I just haven't. I don't know. I got to I have to.
So far, I've seen nothing about these new 8 movies that I found objectionable. So I'm kind of enjoying them. I'll stick with it.
Okay, so I'll give it a look when I get a chance.